one of artists that, I don't know. I know my daughter one time was like, Prodigy. I think I'm saying it right. I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? I remember us having a conversation about him. But now I see who that is. It's Mardik. And, continue to pray for that family. They lost a loved one to a disease that like I said, we don't talk about it a lot. But I think we need to make sure that we educate ourselves on what is sickle cell disease. What is sickle cell disease? And I have the trait. I don't have the disease. So that means that one of my parents have the trait, and that's how kids get the disease, because both parents have the trait, and the trait create the sickle cell disease. And I didn't know that. And my kids, they have the trait. My girls, they have the trait. And so I have to, I have to educate my kids, my girls, of the trait, and make sure they don't marry someone or have kids with someone that have the trait, because their kids will have the disease. And the disease is on a whole nother level. Basically, the disease is a group of blood disorder. It's a blood disorder. That means that their bloods are not circle. It's not circle. It's not circle. It's like abnormal. It's abnormal. And those who know anything about the body knows the blood holds oxygen. The blood holds have to cleanse. You have to pretty much it's hard to when you have abnormal in your blood, it's hard to fight off diseases. It's hard to fight off different bacteria and stuff, because your bloods are not formed completely. And with me, I have the trait. So that means that I have my white blood cells are abnormal. They're not shaped round like they're supposed to be. They're shaped in like I can't explain it. I guess they're shaped deformed. And so that's certain stuff that I'm not able to, do. Like I might get tired quick. I have to make sure I drink plenty of water. Like if you go, like sometimes I go to Stone Mountain, and going up high like that can cause like headaches, or it's just too high in the elevation. Something because of my oxygen level. Because my cells in my body are not whole, so that means that my body is working twice as hard to get my oxygen when I'm up there high or when I'm exercising. So that's the reason why we have to make sure that we educate our kids of the disease. And pretty much the disease you only get the disease if both parents have the trait. Both parents have the trait. And with the disease is a whole nother level, to the point where I think Mobb Deep had this disease when he was at birth. They found out as a baby when he had the disease. Some babies don't, sometimes you don't find out that your baby have the disease, 5-6 months later when all the blood tests and stuff. But it's just another thing that we have to make sure that we educate our kids and make sure that we know among ourselves if we have the trait or not. Because it's very important that we know if our partner have the trait. Because if your partner have a trait and you have a baby, that means that the baby is going to have the disease, because you're forming two genes together. So it's genetic. It's something that you inherited from your parents. And it causes when you have the anemia, which is, it's called the sickle cell disease, but it's called the sickle cell anemia. And that's why when you have the trait, sometimes you are anemic. Yeah, so that means you have to, have to take some iron pills to make sure that your iron level is on point. Because you don't, then you have anemia, then you get tired, and so we just have to make sure that we are really taking care of ourselves, and that we know our bodies, and that we are teaching our kids to know their body. Because I'm always going to go back to the kids, because at the end of the day, our kids going to have to deal with the same issues, the same situation. And ain't no telling what they're going to have to deal with on top of that when we're gone. On top of that, whatever other disease they come up with, whatever problem that's going to come, whatever drug they're going to come up with, our kids going to have to deal with it on top of the other stuff that we deal with. Because we are still dealing with stuff that our parents was dealing with. So just imagine our kids, they're going to deal with even more stuff. So, this is just how to make sure that we educate our kids. And sickle cell anemia, it causes heart problems. It causes anemia, it causes swelling in the hands and the feet. It causes bacteria infections, and it causes stroke. Long-term pain may develop as people get older, because as you get older, things get weaker, things get things, when you get old, it's just not as strong as it were when you was young. And the average life expectancy in the developed world is from 40 to 60 years old. So, this is a very important, very, very, not like other diseases. It does something, it does things to your body. And it's something that we have to deal with, unfortunately. It's another disease that we as people have to deal with. And we have to educate ourselves. Because I didn't start talking about diseases again until I seen someone pass away. You don't hear much about certain disease like you should, because they play a big part of our health as well. But that dollar, boy, I tell you something about that dollar bill. If it's not like cancer's a I don't know what the word to say. Y'all know it's that money, boy. So that's what's big thing now. A lot of people are losing their life behind this disease. It's sad, it's sad, but it's the world that we live in. As of 2015, about 4 million people have sickle cell disease, while additional 42 million have the sickle cell trait. So as of 2015, 4.4 million people have the sickle cell disease, but additional 43 million have sickle cell trait, and it's from 2015. So that's a lot of people. 4 million people have the sickle cell disease. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. But 43 million have the sickle cell trait. So that means that people that have the sickle cell trait, we have to make sure we really educate them. You just don't have the trait. That's you can, have sex with someone else with the trait, and then your baby has the disease. And I know no one want there have a we don't want to it's something that we can prevent from happening. It's Dr. James came and interrupted me. He didn't want me to say his name, but I put it out there on the airways. He could have came and said something, but anyway, I'm at the office, y'all. And I'm doing pretty good there, y'all, by myself. 9:24. Well, anyway, let's get back on the subject. I just want to make sure that it's anything that we can prevent from from, our health, to make sure our health is in tune with one another. Anything that we prevent from if we eat something, and because stuff can be, sickle cell disease is something that you can't, I believe, I don't know, anything is possible when you get the herbs and stuff together. Anything is possible, you can reverse the disease. But I think it's in a way that we can prevent ourselves from getting so sick, or prevent ourselves from having not only just sickle cell disease, but STDs, high blood pressure, diabetes. I know I listened to this show this weekend. This guy was talking about dialysis, and he was saying that a lot of people now are requiring dialysis, and I was like, you might be right, because I just seen they just put a dialysis place on Bankhead, and I'm like, why they put that right there? And then I go to the mall and I see another dialysis place, and and I put two together, like, okay, that is a great question. Why are there so many dialysis places now? Why are so many people having their kidneys cleaned out now? Why is it required now? And way he put it together, I wrote on a sticky note, and so I'm just trying to learn it on the top of my head now of why are so many people on dialysis now. And this is how our body this is how our body works. Our kidneys are filters. Kidney pretty much cleans out the bad stuff, and that's what our kidney are pretty much do. It cleans out those things. And with our kidney, there's pumps in our kidneys, and pretty much when the pumps are not working like they should, they're clogged. They need help being pushed out. And so what you need is a cleanse. You need a cleanse. That's all you need, a cleanse. Cleanse from just a toxic in your body. And that's pretty much all. You can reverse yourself, reverse from being on dialysis. All you need is a cleanse, because you have your kidney, which is the filter, and then you have the pumps, which is connected to your kidney, and it's clogged up. It's clogged up, and all you need is a good cleanse. A good cleanse to your body. And he was matter of fact, he's over here off of I said I was going to check him out. When someone starts talking about that, and especially when they start talking about health and wellness, and something that is able to help us to something natural, be able to help us cleanse our body, because we should always make sure that we are detoxing ourselves, detoxing our bodies from all the chemicals and all of the stuff that we put in our body, because if we are not exercising and we are not eating right, that's what's going to happen. Stuff is going to get clogged up. Stuff is going to get filtered up. And then you can get to the point where your kidneys need to be cleansed, because you have to cleanse yourself from when you use the restroom, urine, and you have a bowel movement. That's cleansing yourself as well. A lot of people are afraid to think it's nasty to use the restroom more than one time. I embrace it. I embrace it, because it tells me that my body is working and it is cleansing itself from all the stuff that I eat, all the stuff that we have eaten, and all the stuff we have put into our body. So when he said that, I was like, you're right. You're right. Our body is and he had this thing that before I put it out there on the airwaves, I'm going to try it out first, and I'm going to